look at that. Ah, it looks so cool. They look pretty similar. Definitely cousins. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Oh my gosh, can we talk about the fact that every time I do a video, even vaguely relating to graphic liner, I have to wear these earrings. I think it's because I get very into like kindergarten teacher mode. Not that you guys are of kindergarten age, but for some reason I want to present myself as like a kindergarten teacher. You know, she's not like a high school teacher, you know? I love high school teachers, you guys are great. But she's like a kindergarten teacher. She wears colorful shirts and doesn't have to know geometry. You know, that's the sort of vibe I'm trying to give off here today. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to find out how I want to look like a kindergarten teacher. Specifically, they also get snacks. You know, kindergartners get snack times, which means that the teacher gets snack time too, and I'm a very big fan of that. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in 3 easy graphic liner shapes for beginners. This video topic was inspired by one of the questions that you guys asked me in my graphic liner Q&A video, which I did last week. I'll link it on screen if you want to check it out. And here is the comment that inspired it all, so I am here to give you some easy shapes to work with today. It might have been about hooded eyes specifically, but regardless, the shapes I'm going to be showing you today can be used on any eye shape. I personally have hooded eyes, so anytime I do a tutorial, it is for hooded eyes. And if you guys ever want to send me a picture of your eyes on Instagram, my Instagram name is glamgeonyc. I have had a couple people send me pictures of their eyes. Okay, one person did. Okay, it was only one person, but I had one person send me a picture of their eyes and I like showed them where they could draw the line on their eye shape. So I would love to do that for you guys, so definitely feel free to send me a DM if you need any clarification. But yeah, I got my little notebook right here. I drew out my eyes. Look at my terrible eye drawings. I gotta figure out a better way to sketch eyes. I'm not very good at drawing eyes, but I am good at drawing on my eyes. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see a tutorial on 3 easy graphic liner shapes for beginners, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching. It's coming at you right now. Alrighty, so when I was thinking about more beginner-friendly shapes, because let's be real, I get real extra with my graphic liner lately. I get real complicated. I do a lot of lines, I do a lot of ombres, and I had to kind of really be honest with myself and say, okay, what are some truly simple shapes, you know, that are not very complicated, that are like one single line that you can actually apply like today. So the first shape that I want to show you is inspired by this photo. I really love this graphic liner shape because one, it gives like such a fun 60s vibe, and it's literally just like the curved line. Like that's what makes it 60s. You obviously, you know, can make it feel even more 60s if you want to add the little like extra eyelash lines under your eyes, you know, give it a twiggy vibe. But what I love about this look is that you can keep it rounded like that on top, or you can flick it out at the end to match your wing line on the bottom. I'll show you a picture of that here, and it gives it a totally modern vibe, you know? So you can go 60s, you can go modern, you can do it with eyeshadow or without eyeshadow. I'm going to show it to you without eyeshadow so I can show you the most basic form of the look, and then I'm gonna go in and add eyeshadow so I can show you how to take it up a notch. So enough blabbing, let's zoom you in and get into the tutorial. Alright, so I'm not gonna be talking too much about the products and tools specifically, just since I have so many other videos where I really get into that stuff, but I will tell you that I'm using my favorite brush today. I'm only gonna be using one brush for this whole video, and it is the Melolops X Cutcreaser C2 brush. It has a tip that is relatively medium in length, I would say. Not too long, not too short, super thin. You can also use nail art brushes. They have very similar sizes. I'm gonna link some videos where I talk about tools a lot more down below for you. And then I'm gonna be using a water activated liner, also from Melolops. Look at how well loved she is. Look at that pan. Ooh, baby, we'd love to see a pan that deep. I wanted to stick with black because I personally want to go for the more 60s vibe of that shape. I just think the rounded curved line looks so cool. I love it so much. And you couldn't see my water, but I did dip this in some water, swirled my brush around a little bit here. As I've said in many other videos before, I don't like to add too much water so that it's too wet and there's potential for dripping, but I like to add enough water that I don't get any like, you know, skips or anything. You know, I want enough product for it to go on smoothly. So here is where I'm going to start. What I like to do is drop down from the brow here, stay above the crease, because if this is for hooded eyes, eyes, if you got hooded eyes like I do, you want to avoid this crease area altogether, because what's going to happen is any line you put here, as soon as you go like this, it's going to disappear. So don't even worry about that crease area. Pop it up right above that crease and below your brow bone. I'm going to start the line where the brow starts, and I'm going to end it where the brow ends. So that is where I'm mapping it out. Okay, starting at the bottom of the brow here, and then just taking a rounded line like that. Don't worry about it being perfect or anything. That's not the only time I'm gonna draw that line. I do like to go over it. As I said in my last graphic liner Q&A video, a great way to get your lines to be super even is to outline them to start and then go back and fill them in to even them out with each other. So that's just my initial, my basic line. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect. All right, and now I'm gonna do the other eye here, also starting at where the beginning of my brow is. All right, and there you go. They look pretty similar. They're definitely cousins. You know what? No, they're sisters, but they're not twins. Sisters with a 5-year age difference is what these are right now. But that's okay. We're gonna even them out a little bit, and I'm just gonna go over that line, and to make them match a little bit more, I'm going to bring it down slightly, since this one is down slightly, and then I'll even that one out by putting the line on top of it. That's what's kind of nice about this shape particularly, is if you're going for like a very 60s retro vibe, the lines were kind of thicker, you know? When you look at pictures of people with 60s makeup, the lines do appear to be thicker than what we think of nowadays with like super thin, crisp, sharp lines. So that's why I really love to go for the 60s vibe. And since I want to smooth this out a little more, but I don't want to add any more product, I'm just gonna dip my brush into the water again, because my brush is not completely clean. There is still product on my brush, but rather than add more product, I'm gonna add more water to even out the shape. It's amazing how just adding water can really help you clean up your shape, because another reason you don't want to add too much product is that although this by Melolops formula is really, really good, if you layer it up too many times, like I would say if you layer it up more than 3 layers, it will start to get a little bit cracky. That's just the nature of water activated liner, you know? It'll happen if you layer it up too much, which is why I love going in with water. So now you could stop here and you could just fill this in with some eyeshadow, like leading up to where the line is, and you will still get such a cool 60s look. Oh my gosh, it would still look so fun with just eyeshadow, but I do want to give you an option on how you could amplify the look just a little bit, and I'm not doing anything complicated here. I'm just gonna do a quick wing because I really like the way that this looks with a wing on the bottom here. Not doing any sort of special graphic liner wing or anything. I'm just doing the type of wing that I like. But you know what? This could be good. I could give you a quick impromptu winged liner tutorial. So here's how I do my winged liner. I like to start with the tail end of the winged liner here, so I'll go like this. And I like mine to be pretty long, but I like to give myself a little room. I don't like to do too long of a line to start with, because I can always drag it out. And then I just go back like this, and I bring it about halfway in here. And then I will draw another line at the front to connect it. I really like to get the basic shape of my wing before I fill it in, and now that I have my basic shape, I will fill it in. Doing winged liner with water activated liner is just so easy, because it's so easy to go in with water, drag it out a little bit. I know sometimes with liquid liner, it like finishes drying down and then you're like, oh no, and it starts to crackle and crumple and look bad. Whereas with water activated liner, you basically have unlimited time, because if it ever dries out, you just add water. Finishing filling that in here, right? Just sharpening up the end here. Ugh, how satisfying is the sharpness of that wing. Ugh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. Okay, let me do the other eye real quick. All right, so I love the way that this graphic liner looks just by itself. I think it's really fun, giving that kind of 60s vibe. You know, I could definitely go in with some lashes, add little fake baby lashes down here, and it could be really fun, just like this. I do want to show you how I would honestly wear it though, so I am gonna real quick just throw on some yellow eyeshadow in the middle. I'm using the by Melolops Radioactive eyeshadow palette here, and I just want you to see how fun it is to add yellow eyeshadow to a 60s retro graphic liner look. Normally I would do this before the graphic liner, but I wanted to show you the option of what it would look like with just graphic liner. Also, now that the water activated liner is dried down, I don't have to worry about smudging it at all going in with the eyeshadow like this. All right, so here's a little side by side for you. I still really like the way that this eye looks with just the graphic liner, but I just think that the that eyeshadow elevates it so much, and I love that about it. So let me just go ahead and do the other eye real quick. Alrighty, and here you have it. Here is my finished look. I went ahead and finished the other eye and just added some mascara for you, and I just think this is such a fun, easy, simple look. I know I probably overuse the word easy a lot when I talk about graphic liner, but this is truly a build your own adventure look. You know, you could have stopped at the first line there. You could have just added eyeshadow underneath, or you could omit the eyeshadow altogether and just do these two lines together. And I think all three of those variations of the look are really beautiful, and I love them a lot. Like I said, again, you don't need to round this off at the end. You could follow along to the shape of your wing, and you could have flicked it out at the end too. Also, here's an example of me doing the rounded shape a little smaller. You know, if you don't want to take it all the way out to your eyebrow, you don't have to. I just find that the eyebrow is a really good outline to follow when you're trying to make your eyes even. So that's what I love about the eyebrow, but I love this look. I'd love to know what you think of this look, and if you recreate this look, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see. But for now, this is just look 1 of 3. So now I am going to go wash off all of this beautiful eye makeup, and we are going to get into my second easy graphic liner look for beginners. Alright, we are back to a blank canvas on the eyes here, and now we are ready for look number 2. So the look that I am basing this simple graphic liner shape off of is this look that I did just a few weeks ago. And I know you might be looking at this like, a curved line? You're including a curved line in a beginner-friendly graphic liner tutorial? Yes, I am. I too was afraid of curved lines for a long time when I first got into graphic liner. I thought, like, you know, I'm at a level 1, and that must be like level 11 type of stuff. But it's not. It's level 1 type of stuff. You don't gotta worry about it at all. And I'm gonna show you here right now why curved lines are pretty easy to do. So let's zoom you in again, and for this look, I am also going to do a similar thing to my last look where I show you what the basic graphic liner shape looks like with no eyeshadow at all, just in case you're not an eyeshadow type of person. You know, that's totally cool. I wasn't either for a very long time, so I'm going to show it to you just liner, and then I'll add eyeshadow. So for this look, I'm going in with a white eyeliner, which if I could recommend one color for you to get to start out with, it would be white liner. I think white water activated liner is so beautiful. Black and white, you got your two basics right here. This one is from the by Melolops Cutcreaser collection, and I really love this formula a lot. Sorry for any lighting changes in this video. I am in the middle of a thunderstorm, and there's really not much I can do about it. So for this eye look, I am going to start at the inner corner of my eye here, and like I was telling you before, we're essentially just tracing our eye. I'm gonna start at the inner corner and end at the outer corner here, and I'm basically just gonna whoop. And reminder for my hooded eye friends, stay away from this crease. I don't want any lines here, because when I close my eyes, it's gonna disappear. I still wanna be able to see it when I close my eyes, so keeping my eyes wide open, I'm gonna start at the inner corner and just beep. Look at how easy that was. Just a quick line like I did with the last look. I know that this doesn't look super clean right now. That's because this is my structure line. This is my outline line. I'm gonna go over it again after I do the other eye, and I will thicken it up and even it out. I just really like to get my basic shape to start here, and then we can do the other eye and do a little back and forth business. I find that's the best way to get your eyes to match as much as possible. Okay, so doing the same thing on this eye, we're gonna start on our inner corner and end on our outer corner again. Being mindful to go above the crease. Okay, that one I'm gonna go over with one more line because I definitely did not get enough product on my brush, but it is okay. All right, so I feel like those match pretty well to start with, but obviously we need to thicken up our lines here, so I'm just going to go over that exact same shape again, trying to thicken it up, make it look a little more bold, and I did add some more product to my brush for this since my initial line was so thin. And you'll notice I'm not picking up my brush at all, whereas with some of my more straight line looks, I will pick up my brush in between. That's because I feel like that's the best way to get a really good curved line, is to just keep pressing your brush down and move with the natural curve of your eye shape. Okay, with this eye, I need to add just a little more water, adding more water, not product. You also may have noticed that I took the line in just a little bit here where I said I was going to end it on the inner corner. If you end it too much on the inner corner, I don't know why. I feel like it looks a little incomplete that way. I like to kind of bring the circle back in a bit, but you could have ended it just right at the inner corner here, but I kind of like the way it kind of loops and kind of wings in a little bit. But this is my basic shape here. I really love the way this looks. You could totally leave the eye look just like this, and I still think it looks so cool. Oh my gosh, I feel so fun. You just throw a little lash on and you're out the door. But of course, you know, I like to give you options here. So now we're gonna show you what it looks like filled in with some eyeshadow, and boy oh boy does it look cool. Alrighty, so for that last eye look we did yellow, and for this one I'm feeling orange. I want to match my shirt. We have to do somewhat of an orange look, so dipping into that by Melolops Radioactive palette again. I know maybe you don't need me to show you this. I don't know, maybe this is extraneous for me to demonstrate it. But, you know, I just want to show you how much it amplifies the look when you add a pop of color in the middle of some fun white curved liner. This look would have been preferable to do the eyeshadow first, just since it is a white liner, and if I get it on the white liner, it is gonna show up, but I can always go over the liner just one more time since I only have 2 layers on right now, and it'll be all good. See, look at how fun that looks. Okay, now you have the comparison of the one eye with the pop of color and the one eye without the pop of color. They both still look super fun, but I just feel like the pop really makes it. So here's your final look at the 2 looks, your choose your own adventure if you will. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the other eye real quick, throw on some lashes so I can show you the complete easy graphic liner shape. Alrighty, and that is the finished look. I went ahead and added some mascara. I also added a little bit of white eyeliner to my waterline, not a water activated liner, just like a NYX jumbo eye pencil. But yeah, I really love the way this looks, and it was so easy to do. I know curved lines are so intimidating and they look complicated, but it's really just outlining your eye shape. Again, you could do it with or without the eyeshadow. I think it looks great with both. I just really love how the eyeshadow makes the white eyeliner pop. You know, I love a good pop. So yeah, that is my second easy graphic liner shape for beginners. Now let's go wash my eyes off again and move on to my third easy graphic liner look. Alright, I am back with my blank canvas on my eyes here, and we are ready to move on to our third and final easy graphic liner shape. Oh my goodness, I've had so much fun, the time's just flown by. So the third graphic liner shape I want to show you today is based off of this look that I did. This is the only look where I'm going to do eyeshadow first. I'm not going to do eyeshadow and then an option not to do eyeshadow, because in this case I think the eyeshadow makes the look easier to do. You could do this look without eyeshadow. I would just recommend for that second line turning it into a wing. I think that would make it look a little bit more together. But that's enough rambling. Let's zoom you in so we can get into our third and final look. So for this one, like I said, I'm starting with eyeshadow this time because I think it makes it so much easier. And for this look, I want to go in with my hot pink shade from the by Melolops Radioactive palette. So we're mapping out the shape of our graphic liner look with the eyeshadow for this one. In the shape that I'm going for, you can probably see from that photo I was showing before, is essentially just a very basic big graphic wing, but we're gonna take it over our crease. So the way I like to start out with this is I like to start on the inner corner here. This look is so fun for me because it's truly so easy. I know they're all easy, but this one is truly like, this is a look I will do if I know I don't have a lot of time, but I still wanna look like, you know, I put some time and effort into my graphic liner for the day. So going over the crease, you can see I'm going into the crease here, and then I'm taking it just a little bit higher. And then I like to map out my wing shape here. I don't like to take it too far. I just kind of like to stamp a little bit here. I've been using the same brush the whole time. It's like a big fluffy C-shaped brush, and then filling it in here. There's really no rhyme or reason. Don't be afraid if it's messy. You don't need to get like the most crisp line. This is not acting as your wing. It's just the outline of the wing. So don't worry about it being super sharp or anything. Clearly I'm not worrying about being messy. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about that eye. Let me do the other eye real quick. All right, so now we have our basic eyeshadow shape lined up. I know it looks a little bit messy. It's okay. The graphic liner is what sharpens it up and makes it look more glamorous and complicated than it is. Okay, so for this color, I want to dip into my Midas Cosmetics Bitchin' Cake Liner palette because I love this pastel pink shade, and I just feel like it'll complement this hot pink eyeshadow really well. So I'm going to start at the inner corner portion here, and I'm just tracing the eyeshadow look, but I'm not going to take it all the way. I'm going to stop about halfway because I want to leave a little bit of negative space here just because I think it looks really cool. You can totally feel free to take it the entire way. That'll also look really cool. That's just what I'm in the mood mood for, and that's the look I'm going for today. Okay, so like I said, we're just outlining, and I'm gonna stop right here. So starting at the inner corner, bringing it up, and we're done. That's it. Well, that's not it. We have a little bit more to do, but that's it for the first line. So same as with any look, I'm just sticking with my outline line for now. I can go in and thicken it up after. I don't like to do too much on one thing all at once, and I do like to go back and forth between my eyes so I can make sure that they match. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side now, also starting at the inner corner and just following that to the center here. That's okay, don't worry about that little line. It's easy to fix. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little bit of back and forth business so I can thicken them up and make them match as well as they can match. Oh, see, I already think this on its own looks really cool, but to sharpen up the look even more, we are going to add our outer line here, and that's really gonna tie the whole thing together. Okay, and I'm gonna start at the outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna take it all the way to the point. I know point is relative because it's not really pointy, but we're gonna draw this line as if you were drawing the tail end of your wing. Starting at the outer corner, and flicking it up here. Ooh, look at that! Ah, it looks so cool. I love it so much, oh my gosh. I feel like I took the eyeshadow down a little too far on this eye, so I'm aware that there's eyeshadow on the other side. I'm just gonna clean that up with a Q-tip. So now I'm going to thicken up my lines a little bit. I don't feel like I really need to that much, but I just wanna, you know, give them a little something something, make sure they're extra crisp. All right, beautiful, I love that. Okay, let me throw on some mascara real quick so you can really get the full effect of the look. Alrighty, here you have it. Here is my third and final easy graphic liner shape for beginners. Do you like how I keep repeating the title of the video just in case you forgot what it is? But I love this one. Like I said, I truly think this one is the easiest, even with the eyeshadow, you know, and like I said, you can skip the eyeshadow, just complete the wing at the end there, or don't complete the wing at the end there. Makeup is a choose your own adventure game, man, and there are no rules. That's what really attracted me to graphic liner in the first place, is that there are so many graphic liner creators and all of their looks are so different, and sometimes their looks are just random lines everywhere, and sometimes they don't match on purpose, and I just think that's so great. I was so intimidated to get into makeup for many years because I felt like so much of what I saw looked like just perfection, you know, perfectly blended lines, perfectly blended eyeshadow where you can't tell where it starts and stops, perfect cut creases and everything like that. And if that's the type of makeup you're into, that's awesome. It shows your technique so well, and I think that makeup is so beautiful to look at. But as somebody who can tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, and as somebody who uses makeup as more of a form of self-care and decompressing, I love not having to worry about having perfect lines. I love a type of eye look where I can just be messy and go in and put lines here and there. And yeah, I'm trying to make them match because I'm a Virgo and that's what I like to do. But at the end of the day, I just think all graphic liner is so fun. I hope you guys liked this video. I had so much fun. Thank you so much to the person who asked this question in my graphic liner Q&A. If you have any more graphic liner questions, I would love to answer them for you in a future video. Who knows, maybe your question will become the subject of a video on my channel. Again, I think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, but if you have any questions on how to put any of these easy graphic liner shapes on your particular eye shape, please send me a DM on Instagram. Again, it's GlamGeoNYC, and yeah, I think everybody should try graphic liner, so I would love to help you figure out what works best for your eye shape. And if you guys recreate any of these looks, please tag me. Oh my gosh, I would love to hype you up because I know you're gonna do such a good job, and I can't wait to see all of your beautiful recreations of these looks. So I thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I make a ton of graphic liner content, but I also make a lot of makeup commentary content. You know, I do anti-hauls, I talk about new makeup I'm excited about. It's a whole mixed bag over here on my channel, but it's always a good, fun, sweet time, so I'd love to have you. And if you're curious about any of the products on my face today, I will list them all down in the description box for you, as always. Also in my description box is a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources to support the Asian American community, as well as resources to support the LGBTQ+ community. So please check out those resources if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!